Unless you've been under a rock, then you know that Kanye West has been all over the news lately. Uh, After his kind of media blitz of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be drink champs, interviews, shit he said on Piers Morgan, pretty much anywhere a motherfucker throw a microphone in his face, he's saying some dumb shit, saying dumb shit on social media. Uh, been saying anti-black shit. There a lot of folks leaving that out. Been saying a lot of anti-black shit, but what's really got him in trouble is the anti-Semitic shit that he said. Okay. Uh, and now I'm gonna do another separate video about him in particular and all that. But this is put it on something which is a sports show, so we want to look at the sports angle of it, and just kind of discuss how some of the star athletes that were down with him have cut ties with him, just like these corporations are. You feel me? But before we get into it, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing to hit that button. You feel me? And also make sure you put your partners on to the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. Let's put it on something. I am your homeboy first. Kanye has lost Adidas, Balenciaga, banks, all kind of motherfuckers cutting ties with him. But also two big names from the sports world that were down with him: Aaron Donald of the Los Angeles Rams, who some people are saying could possibly be considered the GOAT defender. Some people saying that, but they're saying he's in up there in their discussion now with Lawrence Taylor and Reggie White and Deion Sanders. About he's one of them ones. Shit, we just saw him lead his team to a Super Bowl championship last year. Jaylen Brown, a budding, you could say he's a star. I would consider him a star. So I might say he's a budding superstar. Him and Jason Tatum as a tandem up there with the Boston Celtics. They led the Celtics to the NBA Finals last year. And, they lost to Golden State. Well, they were signed to Donda Sports, which is Kanye's sports agency. He's been doing a lot of things. Now he's naming it after his mom, who, passed tragically. Uh, Complications to surgery. So they cut ties with him amidst the severe backlash that he's received for his anti-Semitic comments. But here's my thing, y'all. I want to know why in the hell were these fucking athletes ever tied to him in the first place? Why in the fuck, other than Kanye rich, I want to be rich like that? Because Aaron Donald rich, Jaylen Brown rich, but their net worth ain't no $1 billion like Kanye's was. Okay. So outside of that, I can't understand why in the fuck would you want to tie yourself to this motherfucker as a black athlete? As a black athlete, with the offensive shit he said, the anti-black shit he's done. Run it down. You can go back to the shit he said about slavery being a choice. That idiocy. Okay? So y'all guys, Aaron Donald and Jaylen Brown, y'all tied yourself to that son bitch after that. Him saying slavery was a choice. And I don't give a fuck what his explanation was. That was an idiotic statement. That was a hurtful statement. That took the onus or the responsibility for that evil away from the enslavers and put it on the enslaved. You know what I'm saying? By saying slavery was a choice. 400 years? Yeah, it's a choice between life and death. Because if your ass ran away and got caught, there was severe punishment for that. And he let that shit spew out his fucking mouth. And y'all signed with him. He disrespected Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman just might be the greatest American ever. Black, white, Latino, Asian, Native American. This motherfucker might be the greatest American ever. This woman got free, said, fuck that, I'm going back to help my people. This woman was involved in the fucking Civil War. This woman was about that fucking life. This is a courageous woman. And this motherfucker talking about she ain't never freed nobody. She just moved them from work from one group of white people to the next. Like his motherfucking ass ain't been working for white people. Come on, man. Leo Cohen, anybody? The fuck are we talking about? The fuck are we talking about? But these guys signed with him. Y'all, that didn't stop you from tying yourself to Kanye West. Okay. Praising and endorsing Donald John Trump. Well, I keep telling y'all, I don't give a fuck what you say. He is a dividing red line for me. He is. Because his whole brand is white supremacy. That's his fucking brand. That's what separates him from every other Republican pre him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about in this modern era. Okay. He chiming back to them old school boys. He chiming back to when it was just the norm for Democrat or Republican to be overtly racist. This motherfucker going back. He's there, make America great again. You feel me? He wanted to take it back. But the modern standard Republican stood for tax cuts for the wealthy and trickle down economics. They stood for strong national defense. They stood for anti-regulation. They stood for conservative views when it comes to marriage and guns and all that kind of stuff. That's what they stood for. This motherfucker here don't stand for none of that shit. Other than the tax break for the wealthy. He do that now. That he love that shit. Okay. And the deregulation. Because he's a businessman. Businessmen don't like regulation, they don't like taxes. But when it come out of social issues and all that kind of shit, man, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Man, I don't give a fuck about that. That what separated him from Marco Rubio and Mike Pence, Lindsey Graham. Just trying to think of candidates that were running at that time. Ben Carson was up there running. Jeb Bush, I remember Jeb Bush, George W. Bush. What separated him from all those fucking candidates, though, that motherfucker was openly in your face. I'm anti-black. I'm anti-Latino. And this motherfucker, Kanye West, threw that goddamn hat on, went up to that White House, treat that man like he was his fucking daddy. And Aaron Donald and Jaylen Brown saw that and said, yeah, this the cat I want to roll with. What the fuck? What the fuck? Then the motherfucker ran for president. Now, you know he down with Trump. He said he didn't vote the previous time, but if he would have voted, he would have voted Trump. So you know he liked Trump. So why would he run on the same ballot with Trump going against Biden? Because them folk wanted his ass to do that shit so he thought he was going to siphon off youth voters and black voters and, you know what I'm talking about, try to siphon off votes from the Democrats. That's what that shit was. And Aaron Donald and Jaylen Brown said, I want to tie myself to that. Supporting Candace Owens' motherfucking ass, who her whole brand is giving comfort to these white supremacists and making it, you're not racist. This motherfucking woman's been set up here and basically said it's the hardest thing in America to be is a straight white male. What the fuck? And Kanye thinks she the shit. Y'all boys tied yourselves to somebody that think that. Now you already tied to him when he said the shit about George Floyd the idiotic, the hateful shit that he said in terms of, oh, well, the cop didn't even have his knee on him like that. The man died of an overdose. This is what Kanye saying now. And y'all motherfuckers ain't released no statement saying you were leaving him then. That ain't what did it for you. Now, that's not what did it for all these corporations either. That ain't what did it for these banks and all that kind of shit. What did it for them is him attacking Jewish people. But y'all black. Mr. Donald and Mr. Brown, y'all black. I ain't see y'all turn up and say y'all leaving his motherfucking ass because of that. George Floyd gonna be in all history books as like the face of a fucking movement. That summer, worldwide, we saw protests. That man's child for the rest of her life got to deal with the trauma of that video of her daddy getting killed like that. And this man said, no, it wasn't the police that did it. Why? Because Candace Owens told him so. And y'all boys, y'all didn't break away from him because of that. You broke away when everybody else broke away over this anti-Semitic shit, which they were right to do so. They were right to break away because of that, but they should have broke a bit. They shouldn't have been tied to his ass either. After all the other shit all the anti-black shit I just see. But y'all black, and you tied yourself to him. Until you saw that the money was finna get funny. See, you see his money getting funny. So y'all like, nah, I ain't finna let him fuck up my money. That's some bullshit, man. That's some bullshit. See, a lot of folks saying, comparing the two and how folks are treated when you say anti-black shit versus how you're treated when you say anti-Semitic shit. And they're right, there's a big difference. But what I'm getting at is black people treated differently too. The Jewish brothers and sisters ain't giving that motherfucker no pay. Jewish brothers and sisters mad as hell. I see a lot of black brothers and sisters trying to defend this motherfucker. And all I'm saying is motherfucker for what? Hey, man, stop that. I saw this same thing with OJ. There's still black folks to this day that you can't tell them shit about OJ. Like, and OJ don't give no fuck about us. And this man don't either. Not no more. Now he want to apologize. I hurt my people. Now I know how it feels to have a knee on my neck. Bitch, please. And y'all boys were tied to him. If he had just left it at the George Floyd comments, Aaron Donald and Jaylen Brown probably still be tied to this motherfucker. And this is the fucked up thing, especially with Jaylen Brown. That brother seemed like he really want to help people. That brother seemed like he really want to do some good shit for people. That brother seemed like he really want to do some good shit for people. You know what I'm saying? So it bothers me because I see that in that brother. And I hope that he thinks about that and understands that shit Kanye was saying the whole time wasn't the move. So it wasn't the move to be down with him in the first fucking play. You feel me? Fuck them, you gotta get this money. True enough, you gotta get this money. But all money ain't good money. That's an old thing. Coach Prime, the first motherfucker, say that all money ain't good money. So when somebody, gives you an opportunity just by being tied to them, the bag can get up. Hopefully y'all can't see going forward that ain't just got to be the move. There's too many ways out here to get the paper. You can get the paper being down with a righteous motherfucker, and Kanye ain't on no righteousness right now. With all the anti-black shit he said, that should have been enough. That should have been enough to say no more. That should have been enough to say, even before you sign with him, to say, no, I'm not fucking with him. So going forward, I hope that when you learn better, you do better. Put it on some.
Thank you so much for watching my daddy's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and turn on your post notifications. rather.